If you're running around trying to get a last-minute Black Friday, Cyber Monday strategy in place, then this week's video is for you. What's going on, everyone? It's Spencer here, and if you're new to the channel, I run a growth-focused agency by the name of Easy Aim Media, where we help multiple 6- and 7-figure Shopify brands scale their sales profitably. And in this week's video, I'm going to do a short and quick last-minute Black Friday sale organization, just trying to get everything put together so you can at least make something out of Black Friday, Cyber Monday this year, rather than having no strategy and no plan at all. This is now officially my third Black Friday and Cyber Monday in the space, and for a lot of people that are new, it can be really hard to figure out what the heck is actually going on. So by the end of this video, you should have a better idea of what to actually expect as we get closer to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You'll have a way better idea of how to plan out your sales and actually execute them properly. And then I'm also going to give you access to our Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer guide, which will help you put together a super simple and most importantly, high converting offer for this Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into the screen. So as you can see, we are now in our Q4 planning sheet, and this planning sheet is very simple and very straightforward. And in case you're wondering, yes, there is a link to this in the description down below if you would like to make a copy for yourself. And inside of the sheet, there's going to be a loom. I'll leave this loom in here if you want to check it out. There's also our Q4 roadmap here, which I'm going to pull up very shortly. There's our Q4 offers, which I'll pull up at the end. And then there's just our general planning and basically calendar inside of here for all of the most important days and essentially what's happening from the end of October all the way until the new year. There's also a Q4 totals tab here where with all of our clients, we like to plan out and set goals. So inside of here, you will also have the ability to set your goals. Whatever revenue you want to achieve, you would put that up here. And then whatever target MER you have, and MER stands for marketing efficiency ratio, which is basically just a fancy word for how much you're spending versus how much the store is making. So in this instance, you can see this client in December would like to do $100,000 at a 5x MER. So again, this MER is going to change depending on your profit margins and how far you want to scale. We have some clients trying to do $1 million months at a 3 to 4x MER, and we have other clients trying to do a couple $100,000 at a 10 or 20x MER. Depends on the business, depends on what you spend on advertising. But all in all, just know MER is the ratio that you want to keep from spend to total online sales. And then up here, of course, as you go through the month, you want to make sure you actually log the numbers that you get. So you can see that if you're ahead of target, on target, for example, if we are under our target and say here we overspend, it will also show you where your target is on your MER. So it just lets you know if you're actually accomplishing your goals. Now to go back to the sheet, I want to talk about these dates that we have lined up here, as we found these dates are basically the most important. So in the first section here, we have the notes, which basically just talks about each and every single period, which I will explain shortly. Then we have the promo start date, the promo end date. We then have the promo offer, the discount type, the discount name, and then whether or not it applies to all products. So inside of this section here, you'll see that we have everything laid out on a week-by-week basis. But for some of our clients, the earliest that we will ever recommend to start Black Friday sales is this Monday, November 6th. Now, this client in particular is actually currently on pre-order, so that's why we're just deciding to start it early, because pre-orders obviously makes it pretty tough to scale. But ideally, as you can see on my notes over here on the left, we recommend most brands to start, if they want to start early, on Monday, November 20th. This client just happens to be starting a little bit early, which again is totally fine. It's totally up to you. Everybody has different opinions on this. I just say like, hey, whatever you're comfortable with doing, just go ahead and do that. But just know that most of our clients will typically start on Monday, November 20th, and they'll run that all the way through to Cyber Monday as their core offer. Now, one thing I want to call out is definitely just try to avoid changing your offer all the time. We see a lot of brands, they want to do, 30% off on Monday all the way through Thursday, and then they want to do 40% on Friday, and then 50% on Saturday, and then back down to 30% or whatever the offer is. Just keep it simple. Have one offer that you run through all the Black Friday, Cyber Monday week. And then what we like to do is we like to transition back down to just some kind of holiday offer as we enter the holiday season and obviously leave the Black Friday rush. Now you'll notice over here in this promo offer, our offer here is very simple. It's just $75 off the product plus free shipping. And as we get into our Black Friday offer, it's $100 off plus free shipping. Now you'll notice that we're actually going from 75 to 100, which is something that we typically don't recommend doing, because for a lot of people that, for example, buy Sunday, November 5th, and then they log on November 6th and seeing they could have saved an additional $25, that can make people pretty frustrated. The only reason why we're letting this client do it is because we've been doing $75 off ever since we launched the pre-order. So this is basically just our standard offer that we're running. So this is our real offer. And in that case, it is okay with us because This is what we've been running now for the last couple of weeks, and we actually haven't branded it as any kind of Black Friday offer. It's just been our offer that's live on the store. Now you'll notice in this column down here, I have two types of discounts. Number one is auto apply, and number two is manual markdown. The difference between the two is that if you have less SKUs, like for example, this client really only has one hero product, you can just go into Shopify and just change your price inside of the product section, and then just put in your announcement bar or somewhere on your store that the prices are marked down, and that is the offer. Like the discount is already there. Now, the other way that you can do it is by using Shopify's automatic discount code. And by using automatic discount code, that means that it will automatically apply to everyone's order. And you don't have to worry about people missing the code or forgetting what the code is once they get to checkout and then abandoning their checkout. Just use an automatic discount code and you'll thank me later. Over here, obviously, if we were using an automatic discount code, we would have a name, like for example, like 100 off or whatever it is. And then over here, we also have a category that says, does this apply to all products? Which for some brands, if you have multiple SKUs, sometimes you'll run a sale that says, save up to X% off, but that doesn't mean everything is X% off. Now, the next thing I want to go over is just this super simple Q4 planning doc. As you can see here, we have announced to a lot of our clients the dates of things that are going to happen and basically let them know what we're going to be working on. So for example, right now during this period that we're in, we're working on setting up all of our Black Friday, Cyber Monday themes in Shopify. We're preparing custom landing pages for a few clients. We're preparing all of our ad assets. And most importantly, we're getting those approved so that we can get ready to launch come our client's sale. Now, one thing that you'll notice here is that I have called out to our clients that you should expect to see a dip in performance during this pre-Black Friday, Cyber Monday period. Now, if you're an agency, it's so important to make sure that you communicate this with your clients. But if you're a brand owner and you're not seeing the results right now, or maybe you're working with an agency and you're like, what's going on with my Facebook ads? People know that Black Friday is right around the corner. So a lot of people are holding out and aren't really in the market with buyer intent as they're waiting for your offers and your sales to come around. Now, I could film an entire other video about what to do during this period and how to potentially collect leads and how to take those leads and actually email market and SMS market to them to actually get an ROI during this period, but I'll save that for another time. The most important thing is just expect a dip in performance in this period. If you're still scaling, which we do have some clients that are still scaling, that's amazing, but just know it's perfectly normal if you're not seeing incredible results right now. You'll notice after this, during November 13th to the 17th, our team does all of our quality checks. We make sure all of our ads are uploaded. We make sure everything is scheduled. And the reason why we want to do that ahead of time is because you don't want to be caught setting up your ads late or having your ads in review on Facebook when people are spending millions of dollars a day and your ads are just stuck in queue not being able to spend. So make sure you get your ads uploaded early. And then obviously most people are going to be launching their sales on that Monday, but if you're not, then obviously you're going to launch it from the 24th to the 28th. And then again, after that big Black Friday, Cyber Monday, expect another dip in performance because again, there's going to be a little bit of a hangover there. And then from the 1st to the 15th, that's when a lot of our clients are starting their holiday sales. And as it says here, it's also a great time if you want to drop like a holiday collection or some kind of new product. And then you'll notice at the end of this just kind of talks about what our agency does at the end of the year. But for most of our clients, the cutoff for shipping is going to be December 15th to the 17th. So we typically pause our ads after that and make sure that we're not marketing any kind of get it before Christmas ads because obviously that's not very realistic. If you've hung in all the way to the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through what kind of offers that you can run if you don't actually have an offer in place or you haven't been able to decide on one yet. But before I get into that, it's super important to make sure that you know your numbers and you know your margins with the offers that you choose. And again, it's important to make sure that the targets and the goals that you set up in your Q4 totals tab are actually aligned around your new margins that you're going to have with the offer in place. Again, it's so important to know your numbers and to know what your targets are and what your break evens are. So that way you're not burning money on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Now for the actual offers themselves, we recommend 3 types of offers. The first one is going to be X amount of dollars off. You'll notice here, we also say the law of large numbers. So for example, if you're giving 10% off of $1,000 product, save $100 sounds a lot better than save 10%. But in a separate scenario, if you're giving 50% off of a $20 product, then obviously save 50% off sounds a lot better than save $10. I think you get the idea. So in this instance, depending on the price of your products, you can do save $20, save up to $80 site-wide. And then in this instance, you can just discount certain products that maybe you want to sell more of. And this is a great way just to have a bigger marketing message when you're running your ads. Just because you say save up to a certain amount doesn't mean that absolutely everything on the site is off of that certain amount. Just make sure that if you do that and you're saying save up to $80 off, make sure you actually have products that are $80 off. The next one is, again, just going back to the percentage, save 10% or save up to 80% site-wide. Same rules apply here. And then we have a very simple buy X, get X free free always does well. So again, you could do some kind of buy one, get one, or buy two, get one, or buy X and get another free. This is definitely not as good as the, up to percentage off or up to dollars off, but this is still extremely effective, especially if you have products where people want to buy more than one. And then you'll notice that we just have one other card here that talks about free shipping. Okay, if you're not offering free shipping, I would just highly recommend including that into your offer. Bare minimum, just make sure you have a free shipping threshold. So for example, if you sell $15 or $20 products, I get that you probably can't offer free shipping, but you most likely can offer free shipping at above a certain amount. So just make sure you add that threshold, and then that can actually incentivize people to spend even more and of course get free shipping. So that is it. That is everything from the Black Friday timeline to the Q4 offer mastery to everything that you should need to get ready and get up this Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Link to this sheet is going to be down below, and you'll have access to all the stuff that I have included. And I hope this video has helped any of you that are looking for a last minute Black Friday strategy to get a good one in place and have an incredible Q4. So with all that said, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this week's video. If you got value out of this, I just ask that you click the share button down below and send it to someone else who you also think could get value. As you can tell, we are in the heat of Q4, so these videos for the next couple of weeks are probably going to be pretty short and to the point, as a lot of my attention right now is just focused on our clients at the agency. Which, speaking of our agency, if you're looking for a growth partner, I would highly recommend for you to book a time with me down below and enter our waitlist for Q1, as we are getting ready to expand a lot in the new year, and we would love the opportunity to work with you and put together a custom action plan. With all that said, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you next week.